Now, I've spent 11 years covering Warframe. I'm an old Tenno. I'd like to think I'm like Teshin, but in reality, I'm closer to Konzu. My first and oldest Warframe videos are ones like this, right? Versus videos, just for a bit of fun. Okay, so I thought, let's roll it back. It's been a while. Who is currently Warframe's best melee Warframe? A weapons platform.
Elliot, Barry, you can't just... Oh my god, I have to... Barry!
Is it Saren with melee influence? Maybe you're old school and you still run Valkyr, Ashe, Excalibur, or even Savage, Silence, Banshee, or maybe a different, less popular frame? Let me know. Over the last 11 years, we've had a lot of melee-focused Warframes. We had a whole era of melee supremacy, but now we have two very distinct Warframes that are focused heavily on melee attacks, some of it heavy attacks. The introduction of arcanes and of course Archon shards are going to amplify both of these Warframes even more. On top of this, we now also have Tennokai, which allows heavy attacks to cost no combo. And with the Dreamer's Rat... Dreamer's? Why'd I roll my R there? Dreamer's Rat mod, you can gain an extra 32% crit damage buff with heavy attacks. But what melee Warframe is better? Varuna versus Colorvo. Easily our best melee frames right now, but that's just my opinion. But again, which is better? Colorvo with his heavy attack efficiency, his insane crit chance buff and ability to teleport to enemies, his heavy attack wind-up speed, his combo sustainability with his signature shotgun, and his ability to heal and gain overguard with his recompense ability. And then you have his raining daggers from that storm of Uko, which have a bit of a choke point going on with them, and his ability to chain link enemies and spread huge damage numbers among those enemies at the same time. So when you combine all of these melee-focused abilities and his survivability with a weapon that benefits heavily, especially from heavy attacks like the Incarnate Hate, the Reaper Prime, the Glaive, the Tenet Agendis, the Siam, the Dual Ikers Incarnates, and many, many more weapons, you basically have a Warframe that is very, very hard to kill and has no problem or issues with wiping out whole rooms full of enemies. And on top of this, his best ability, Wrathful Advance, can be subsumed onto any Warframe you want, and then you can turn them into a bit of a crit machine as well, which Varuna definitely benefits from. Colorvo is amazing, but removing his Storm of Uko, his fort ability, and popping maybe a damage amplifying ability on there in its place will make him even more of a monster than he already is. Now, my personal favourite for weapons with Colorvo right now are the Siam, the Tenet Agendis for the Plasma Wave with its heavy attack, or even the Hespar since its heavy attack is a 360 attack, and it looks just badass. Then on the other hand, you have Varuna, a Warframe that has the ability to go invisible and boost crit damage, spread status effects to whole groups of enemies, and that's stacks of status effects, which makes her perfect for condition overload on melee weapons. She has a pack full of different passives that you can cycle between depending on which one you want to use. Status immunity, extra life, or my personal favorite, of course, the heavy attack efficiency, which allows her to build for heavy attacks, just like Colorvo, and not worry about losing combo count. However, where Colorvo is hard to kill, Varuna is a little bit more of a glass cannon. She needs to be played a little bit more tactically. Her stealth is huge for moments when she gets in trouble, but she can be modded for better survivability if you want to, which I have. Mod her for Equilibrium, and her Lycant's Hunt ability will drop constant health orbs. This will top her off for energy and of course for health. Then when you pop on health conversion, she will gain stacks of armor with those orbs that she picks up. And then her ultimate Ulfrun's Descent will give her 5 charges of claw attacks that will deal more damage against status affected enemies and will scale in damage with each charge if the previous charge has killed something. But as good as Varuna is, she definitely becomes amazing when you actually remove her fort, her ultimate Ulfrun's Descent, and replace it with Colorvo's Wrathful Advance, which I guess means that maybe Colorvo is the better frame since he's given hand-me-downs to Varuna to make her really, really stand out. Wrathful Advance gives her the additional kind of rotation for priming enemies with her second ability and then blowing those enemies up with her Wrathful Advance, which then spreads all of those status effects to nearby enemies, while then going invisible for extra crit damage with her first ability. And like I said, on top of all of this, she's got the constant supply of red orb candy. Both of these Warframes, when built for heavy attacks, can benefit from the Dreamer's Wrath Tennokai mod, crit damage, Archon shards, and of course the tenacious bond mod on a companion whose weapon crit chance is above 50%. Not to mention a companion that's already spreading status effects and priming enemies as well. So which, in your opinion, is the better melee-focused Warframe? Colorvo with his melee efficiency, his enhanced heavy attacks, his tankiness, his chain-linking room nuke, or the stealthy Varuna with her ability to prime enemies in large amounts, switch passives on the fly, drop an endless supply of health and energy orbs, and pounce from enemy to enemy with her charged attacks. For me, it's simple. I think Colorvo is king right now when it comes to melee, but Varuna with Wrathful Advance is an absolutely amazing Warframe, and the synergy that you get from that rotation of popping from ability to ability is really, really good. Again, this was just for fun, a bit of a trip down memory lane for me with an old school type of video that I haven't made in over 10 years. If you'd like to see more of these types of videos, then let me know in the comment section below. Give me some ideas. Have a great day, have a great week either way, and as always, thanks for watching.